Do you want to tell us a little bit more about Palmyra?
Sure. So the Palmyra ComDex is one of the world's first physically settled tokenized commodity exchanges powered by the blockchain. Palmyra has a specific focus on emerging markets and opportunity inclusion for micro, small, and medium enterprises and commodities which really don't have access to traditional marketplaces and exchanges. The key value proposition is building infrastructure for these types of emerging markets and really connecting all of the different types of stakeholders across the supply chain, all the way from production to delivery. So today we'll be walking through the UX prototype that we've built out for the Palmyra ComDex. We've landed on the homepage here. So there's a few different pathways that we can explore. Firstly, there's a marketplace. You can search for commodities as well by keyword, location, category. You can jump into listed commodities. The platform also has a resources section as well. So you can learn more about the different businesses that are listed on the platform. You can learn more about how the platform works, how it impacts people, and how you can get your account set up. Further down the page, we also have a section which explains the different types of users of the product as well. And I think it might be a good place to stop here and talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. Give us, do you want to give us a little bit of an overview about the apps and services that we see over here?
Yeah, so Palmyra, the way we designed it initially, although ultimately it will target and impact a whole suite and family of stakeholders, we've started off the platform by building out 4 different user type cases. So the 4 different users that we see being on the platform, we start off with number 1 and 2, who are the buyers and sellers. These effectively create what we like to call the nucleus of the platform. This is where the spot market is created, and buyers and sellers will be able to physically settle and transact wholesale transactions. This is the movement of wholesale commodities from one place to another. The people and the businesses that might be using the platform really depends in scale and how they use the platform. They could be micro businesses all the way up to larger commodity trading houses. The third user platform we've built out is the funding layer. This is where investors will be able to provide some capital where they can earn yield on. And businesses from the buyer and the seller platform will also be able to borrow funds to further develop their business. And the fourth platform we built is the traders platform. So once we built out a robust spot market, our intention is to try build a futures layer that sits on top of it. This is a really interesting proposition for some of these markets where futures don't exist at all. So the first bit is that investors are now in a position to speculate on new types of assets which were previously inaccessible. But also on the other side, businesses will be able to hedge against things like price volatility as well. We see this as being a really important part of the platform, as many of these regions and businesses, things like cash flow smoothing and cash flow certainty is a really big part of just making sure that the business can survive through a harvest period.
So Sam, I see there's a tab that's called Marketplace up there. Do you want to walk us through it and give us a better explanation on what that is?
You know, as you jump in, it takes you to a page, a listing page, we like to call it, which lists the different types of commodities that a buyer might be looking to purchase. And at this point, the listing is really at the supplier level. So we think that on a marketplace, it's really important for the buyers to be able to learn more about the supplier that they're purchasing their products from. And you can do that by jumping in, by clicking the button I just clicked on, and you can learn more about who you're buying from. And it can contain any type of information around, business info, might be quite high level. It could be certifications related as well. So a good example is you might be part of a cooperative or maybe a regulatory board as well. And it's really important to be able to demonstrate that you are part of that and verified that you are as well. The last thing that we really want at the end of the day is for buyers to feel uncomfortable and to spend lots of money as well, and time and effort to be able to verify that, you know, a product that they're looking to buy is actually what it is. So there's been a lot of thought and thinking about how we can facilitate that. And you know, this is not an exhaustive list yet. And you know, through our pilot and through our interactions with global buyers, you know, we're looking to just make sure we fine tune this as well. So in terms of like how this might work in practice, like I said, this is a tokenized commodity exchange. So what we see is the listings effectively will be represented by a non-fungible token. So in this case, it might be a parcel of tea, and tea comes in different types of packages, and that's something we'll be working with the supplier on, you know, whether it's a 5 kilo you know, package, or you know, a bag which represents a much larger quantity as well. Like these are these different types of nuances we can build in. In terms of what other types of information you might find, you have the listing specific information, like, you know, what the origin is, what types of flavors, expiration dates, the type. You have commodity information, so you can learn more. You know, if you're sort of, if you have less information about the tea that you're looking to buy in this case, you have other types of information like traceability. We'll jump into this later in more detail on the call, but you have a short form summarized version of maybe some of the key points that you really care about. So in this case, you might care about the business, you know, that you're buying from, the location, where it was processed, the way it was processed as well. All of this sort of stuff is really crucial, I think, for many of the buyers. And like I said, the beauty about tokenizing is you can start to embed additional data as well. So in this case, they may be part of the T-board. So being able to actually show that they're a certified member of a regulatory body is crucial. Or, you know, certain things like organic certificates.
So, Sam, you actually mentioned in the beginning about the embedded traceability. Me, as a business owner, how would I be able to actually check the traceability and see how it looks like?
Yeah, of course. The first thing that people probably care about as a buyer is, you know, where is their delivery at? So having delivery information is a really important part. And that's really just one component of the traceability at the end of the day. So the traceability section is found in orders, and it's really a unique traceability chain that we're building for the product that's been delivered as well. So if I just take you to an example of a delivered order, you know, you can see everything about what you ordered already, how much you paid, the packets that you purchased, where it was from, expiration dates, all of that stuff, payment information. But if you scroll down a bit further, there is a full traceability workflow. Now, if I jump into that quickly and show you what that actually looks like, you first get an overview from a geographical point of view, what's happened with the product. You can zoom in this case, and I can see that harvest took place in a certain part of Sri Lanka for the tea that we purchased. You can see processing at another location, and maybe packaging, you know, at a different location at the end. And then distribution as well, like I was talking about in terms of the actual delivery, we can see that the delivery took place, and the product got to Bangalore as its end destination.
Awesome. You actually gave us a lot of information with your demo. Is there any last thoughts, anything else that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, well, I just want to thank you, Theodore, for just you know, working with me today and giving me the opportunity to share this with the Zengate community. But I'm also just excited to just make sure we keep updating the community. Like I said at the very start, I think transparency is really key, and the team's been really busy, like traveling and working, but that's no excuse at the end of the day. So we have a community that we need to share progress with, and we really want to just embody that philosophy as much as possible. So this is the first of many videos to come, and we look forward really for feedback and some comments and discussion about this at the end of the day. We can't be experts in everything, in every commodity. There's many out there. So for those community members that have ideas, please come forward. Like, we have a Discord channel, we have a Twitter that we love to engage with. So like, please, like, bring your best ideas forward and your best discussions forward, because we couldn't ask for anything more.
And we will have way more educational videos that will be coming out for the community from this channel. So stay tuned for more videos coming out from Zengate, and we'll have some Twitter Spaces and some other announcements coming out in the next days. Thanks for being with us, and we'll catch up on the next video. Take care.